I love this place. When the forest is warm and the sun is setting and the birds are just starting to settle down,
Sorry,
I
güey.
feel really
No, es un
connected here.
rato.
When the light gets magical, like this, we can really, imagine things differently. I was just about to do a little thought experiment about sunlight and the story of sight. And you can come with me. Just gaze at the sunset for a while and imagine. Eventually, it'll work its magic. Whoa! See what I mean? Light comes in waves, and that squiggly line is called a waveform. It shows all the different wavelengths that make up the full spectrum of electromagnetic energy. Humans, we think we see the light, but the entire range that we are able to see is contained in that little rainbow section right in the center of the waveform. This makes me wonder what we might be overlooking. What if each wavelength had a portal that we could go through to explore what the world might look like in the other wavelengths of light? In VR, we can do this. To see what I mean, just pull the trigger. Let's make our way across the spectrum of light and see what we can find. To experience the world in gamma rays, just look into its story portal and pull a trigger. Whoa! So this is what the world would look like in gamma rays.
Wow.
Gamma rays are super short, but their energy is very high. So they're able to penetrate almost anything, including you and me right now. Look at the sky. Some gamma rays come from cosmic sources deep in outer space, like huge star explosions called supernovas and the supermassive black holes at the hearts of galaxies. Other sources are right under our feet, produced by the Earth itself. Molten rocks deep in the Earth's mantle emit a low but steady source of gamma rays from radioactive decay. Radioactive? That does not sound good. I am out of here. Pull the trigger to call up the story portals. Are you ready for X-rays? Oh, this looks familiar. But I don't like it. Kind of reminds me of the hospital. Check out the bones in your hands. The narrowest hinge in my hand puts to scorn all machinery. And a mouse is miracle enough to stagger sextillions of infidels. That's Walt Whitman. Hey Bonesy, feel free to look around, see what you can find, but I am out of here. I'll meet you in Ultraviolet. Dude, Ultraviolet is wicked cool. Did you know that some fungi fluoresce in ultraviolet light? That means they get all excited by sunlight and emit a little bit of UV. Check out those glowing mushrooms. Seeing in this wavelength also reveals a secret relationship between bees and flowers. Get close to that flower to see what I mean. Those patterns are only visible in ultraviolet, and bees can see them. And many minerals fluoresce too. Man, we could make a fortune if we could see in the UV. And check out those ferns. Ultraviolet reveals the magic of photosynthesis. It would be so cool to dive way down into those leaves and see what's really going on down there among the molecules. But for now, to meet me back in visible light, pull the trigger. Hey, welcome back to the visible part of the spectrum. You still got that cool ultraviolet glow. Have you ever wondered why they call it ultraviolet? It's because ultraviolet is just outside the violet part of the visible light. That's also why some Earth creatures can use it. Because it's a fairly common wavelength on Earth, some Earth dwellers put it into practice to make a living. The same is true for the light on just the other side of the visible part of the spectrum that we're now in. Pull up the story portals to see what I mean.
Aquí apenas veo mis manos. Bueno.
You're in the infrared. This is a wavelength that reveals heat. Look at your hands. You know, some snakes can sense in infrared. Huh, they must live in a world of food that's invisible to us. Those forest mice have warm noses. Again, the living world on Earth has a special affinity for the light that we evolved in. But we've got 2 more wavelengths to surf. Let's go. Well, now you've done it. What you see in the sky is the oldest light in the universe. It's the lingering light of the Big Bang. But this microwave radiation in the background is more than just a cosmic baby picture.
Qué buena onda, se ven
Those
las
splotches
raíces.
of color reveal the hidden blueprint of the entire universe. The first stars emerged in the blue areas, and then entire galaxies followed them. Generations of stars have lived and died in order for the current arrangement of stars to become familiar to us. The constellations of our ancestors trace their shapes directly back to this map of the microwave light from the deep, deep past. About 5 billion years ago, the sun too emerged from this pattern, and then the Earth, and then even life itself. Everything in the world today, including you and me and our ability to see, is the ongoing evolution of this primordial pattern of light. To see where life has taken this story of light, meet me in the realm of radio waves. Whoa, strange. Lightning and astronomical events produce bursts of radio waves, but the universe as a whole is a relatively quiet place in radio. The source of most of this noise is us. When we communicate with radio waves, we are converting the ideas in our heads back into light and then sending them across the fabric of space-time. So the original light of the Big Bang has now come full circle. All of this human chatter emanates from our minds at the speed of light, announcing our presence and our character across the cosmos. What message are we sending? Do you feel that? This light is just right. It feels familiar, comfortable. There's a reason this narrow band of visible light feels so right. This light is unique to our planet. We evolved in the photons of a particular star that we call the sun. This starlight is then fine-tuned by an atmosphere, exhaled by countless billions of Earth lives through the eons before us. We are born into this light of this planet. We owe our ability to see to an ecology of light and life over time. No, this Earth does not belong to us. We belong to it. This is what it looks like when light finally gets around to seeing itself. So, Earthling, before you take off the headset, close your eyes. When you open them again, let the first light you see welcome you home.
Qué bonito. Este de Oika está muy padre. Muy padre, ¿eh? Bueno, tengo más experiencias que me gustaría ver, pero se están bajando.